Hi, this is part 10 of Programming Blitz Basic for Beginners. This is probably going to be the last part in this series. There's just a couple more things to add on to our game now, and then the rest of it is basically up to you, what else you might want to add. There will be, as I've said before, some more tutorials on Blitz Basic, just dealing with individual things you can do, such as like how to animate sprites, more about file access, more about different variable types, dealing with text on the screen, how you can animate your text on the screen, do whatever else I think of covering. Obviously feel free to put comments on for the types of effects you might want to put in your game and you're not sure how to do it. I can see if I can cover that. So for now, let's see if we can finish our basic Space Invaders game. So at the moment the problem with this game is that when you shoot all the aliens, that's it. The game just carries on, there's no aliens on the screen, there's no level structure basically. So if we go to the part where we actually generate the aliens, we're actually going to move that to inside our main game loop. So I'm just going to grab it here, I'm just going to cut it. We've got a main game loop just under there, so while not key down, so at the very start of the loop, before we even start drawing the screen or anything, I'm just going to paste in the bit that generates the aliens. Just going to tab that in. In Blitz you can tab in a piece of code if you select all of it, and then just press tab, it will just tab the whole block in, so it's quite handy. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if num aliens equals 0, then do that. End if. So what it will do, first thing, when it goes through the loop, it will check to see if there's no aliens left, then generate aliens. So now we need to do it so it will increment the number, the num aliens variable, because we don't want it to be, because at the moment it would just be 0, so if I was to run this it would just generate aliens constantly and crash the computer and the video would stop. So if we look for the bit where it goes through the aliens here, where it updates them, all we have to do, add a line at the start of here to say num aliens equals num aliens plus 1. That way, and if we set this to 0 just before it counts, that way it'll go to 0, then it'll go through each alien, plussing 1 onto the number of aliens, which means by the time it gets to the start of the loop again, here, only if there are no aliens left will it generate more aliens, a whole new fleet of aliens. Okay. Also we should set num aliens to be 0 here as well, just before the actual code. Again, it's not necessary to do this in Blitz, but it's just good programming practice, and it's good to do it for when you go into other languages where you do actually need to specify how many what a variable is before you actually use it, and that's declaring a variable. Blitz you don't need to do it, so we're just defining it here, but it's just good practice to get into. So yeah. So set number of aliens at start, which is 0, because they'll just generate their own. The other thing I'm going to do is put in a level number. So we're going to put level to start on, level equals 0. The reason I'm putting level 0 is every time it generates a new set of aliens, it will increment the level number. Level equals level plus 1. Okay, so it increments our level number, and now we want to display the level number on the screen. So put it here where we're drawing our text, so draw level number. I'm going to put it in the bottom middle of the screen, just a bit lower than where lives and score is, because they kind of touch the bottom of the ship at the moment, which I don't really want. So that's going to be in the middle of the screen, 320. Near the bottom we'll put it 440. In fact, we'll move score and lives down as well, just to make it look neater. I'm going to put level, and then level. Again, I'm going to put comma 1 1, just to centre them, just to centre it on that. In fact, I won't put 1 on Y because that will put it off, slightly off from the lives and score. So I'm just going to put 1 1 there, which means that it will centre it on the X-axis, but not the Y, so I'll put a 0. In fact, I won't put anything because Blitz will just put a 0 anyway. So if I run this, And I'll turn the sound up so you can see there's still sound in the game. We have our level number at the bottom. We still have a high score at the top. I'm going to complete this level. As soon as I kill all the aliens, more aliens appear, and we get straight into level 2. And again, we just keep going through each level at a time. So your game will just carry on forever now until you die. That's kind of how Space Invaders is anyway. And that's it, that's as far as I'm going to go on the Space Invaders game. So we cover how to draw sprites onto the screen, we cover an array to show, sorry, we don't cover arrays, that'll be a different tutorial in the future. We cover types and having a series of types for the aliens and how to cycle through them and draw each one on the screen. We cover double buffering, which is drawing to the back buffer, which is what your game does, and then flipping it around to the front. We control the time of the game using timers in Blitz. So for instance our game here is running at 30 frames a second, I think, where we set the timer at the start. Yeah, 30 frames a second. We cover loading images, we cover loading sound, we cover music. Yeah, we cover how to take keys from the keyboard. So we've covered all the basics really that you need for writing any kind of basic simple 2D game in the last 10 sessions. Obviously you can download this game. I'll also put a executable file of the game, so you won't have to compile it in Blitz Basic if you don't have Blitz Basic yet and you just want to see what you can create with it. It's also worth googling for Blitz Basic or Blitz 3D to see what other people have done in Blitz as well. Some very good professional looking 3D games online, as well as some also very good looking 2D games. Also worth visiting blitzbasic.com and looking in the forums there. There's a lot of users using Blitz 3D and Blitz Max to make a lot of games at the moment, and they're also very, very useful for helping you out with any coding problems you've got. I'll also help you out with any coding problem you've got when I do know the answer for it, and it's a quick and easy solution. Obviously if I get hundreds of questions, I'm just going to start batting people towards blitzbasic.com, get you to join the forum and put a question there, but where I can I'll answer what I can. Okay, so it's bye for me for now on the tutorials, and next time you see me it will be on the Coding with Blitz Basic series, which will just be different video clips covering different things you can do in Blitz Basic. So I've got some ideas for some so far, and I'll be adding to that. I'll try and put a list online of what they're going to be covering, and that'll be on my blog, which is coffeeinduced.wordpress.com, and there's a link to that on the right hand side of this video. Okay, bye for now.